Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. On Tuesday, a Moscow court rejected Brittany Griner's appeal of her 9-year sentence on drug charges. The results of this appeal were anticipated, but U.S. and international officials have called this an illegitimate proceeding. U.S. officials have expressed they believe Russia will eventually send the WNBA star home in a prisoner swap, but there has been much frustration over what they say as Russia's failure to respond to significant offers made by the United States. Griner joined the Moscow Regional Court hearing via video conference. In the ruling, the court determined that Griner's time in prison will be recalculated with her pre-trial detention taken into account. This means Griner will be in Russian prison for about 8 years. Griner's attorneys noted they need to discuss any further appeal with the basketball star, but said, quote, "We generally think that we must use all the available legal tools," end quote. On Monday, a 19-year-old gunman entered his former high school in St. Louis and opened fire, killing 2 people and wounding several others. Orlando Harris graduated from Central Visual and Performing Arts High School last year and returned on Monday, October 24th with an AR-15 style rifle, over 600 rounds of ammunition, and more than a dozen high-capacity magazines. Harris was eventually shot by an officer after a gun battle and later died at the hospital. Investigators found a handwritten note in the car Harris drove to the school. St. Louis Police Commissioner Michael Sack detailed some of the passages from the note, including, quote, "I don't have any friends, I don't have any family, I've never had a girlfriend, I've never had a social life. I've been an isolated loner my entire life. This was the perfect storm for a mass shooter," end quote. Authorities credited locked doors and the quick response from law enforcement for preventing more deaths at the school. Students are now able to return to the school to retrieve their belongings. Classes will remain online until the school reopens. Raynham police say a teenage girl who has been missing since last week could be in danger and may have traveled to multiple New England cities as far as 100 miles away. Colleen Weaver, 16, was last seen by family on October 18th around 1 a.m. near home on the crossroads of Orchard and King Streets. The ongoing investigation has so far indicated that Weaver may have traveled as far as 100 miles away from home. Raynham police are asking the public in Springfield, Provincetown, Bristol, Connecticut, Hartford, Connecticut, Wells, Maine, Concord, New Hampshire, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Manchester, New Hampshire, Keene, New Hampshire, and Brattleboro, Vermont to keep an eye out for the 16-year-old. Weaver is described as 5 feet tall, weighing about 120 pounds, with red and pink hair. It is believed that she was wearing black glasses and possibly a sweatshirt and leggings. Colleen doesn't have her own cell phone or computer, and she also doesn't drive. Anyone with information on her whereabouts or who may have seen her recently is asked to contact the Raynham Police Department at 508-824-2717 or to call 911. In other news, some health officials believe the precautions we took during the pandemic that are not being practiced now are contributing to an early surge this fall. Across the country, hospital beds are filled with sick children who are battling the flu and RSV colds. Local hospitals have been warning the public of a possible tridemic with the flu, RSV, and COVID-19 still present. In Boston, at Mass General Brigham alone, there are about 50 to 80 cases a day. Todd Ellerin, director of infectious disease at South Shore Health, said in an interview, quote, "There are a number of viruses that are circulating, and we're concerned that this winter they're going to be higher than we've seen in the past few, so masking still works," end quote. The town of Braintree is holding a seasonal flu vaccination clinic on Tuesday, November 8th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Cahill Auditorium at Town Hall for individuals 18 years of age and older. Flu shots will be administered on a first-come, first-served basis, and residents are requested to bring their health insurance cards. If you have any questions about the upcoming flu vaccination clinic, please contact the Braintree Health Department at 794-8090. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
It's that time of the year again, flu season. Getting vaccinated against the flu and COVID-19 can help keep you, your family, and your community healthy. You can even get both vaccines at the same time. Visit mass.gov/flushot to learn more.
Welcome back. The deadline to register to vote is October 29th. If you're not sure of your voting status, you can check your credentials on the Secretary of State's website at sec.state.ma.us. Voters in Braintree will head to the polls on Tuesday, November 8th for the 2022 general election, but have the option of early in-person voting at Braintree Town Hall, which began on October 22nd and will go through November 4th. Voters also have the option to vote by mail, but applications must be received by the Braintree Town Clerk by 5 p.m. on November 1st. Ballots can be returned by mail, emailed, faxed, or returned by hand to the clerk's office. In addition to races for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general, there are several contested congressional contests and key races at the state and local level, as well as 4 ballot questions. During their October 18th meeting, the Braintree Town Council unanimously approved 2 projects accounting for $355,000 in Community Preservation Act funds. The first project approved was a wheelchair ramp at Town Hall. Some residents, including Crystal Evans, who is a member of the Braintree Commission on Disabilities, have had concerns regarding the placement of the ramp in the back of the building. Evans also mentioned the ramp leading up to the door is often blocked. Building Inspector Russell Forsberg noted that the building of the ramp is coupled with a redesign of the parking lot out back, which would move parking for Braintree's disabled community closer to the building and create a better way to get to the ramp. As for the second project, a new riverfront trail on Middle Street is also seeing additional money as Community Preservation Act funds are being used to help put the finishing touches on the project. Braintree officials had already committed $300,000 to the project, with the state providing $287,000. According to Nicole Taub, this additional money is needed after construction bids came in at higher price points than officials expected. Under a revised town ordinance, retail sales of recreational marijuana will remain prohibited, but bans on other sectors of the marijuana industry have been lifted under a revised town ordinance. Braintree Mayor Kokoris wrote in a memo to the council that the purpose of the measure is to remove the conflict with a zoning ordinance approved on August 2nd that allows marijuana cultivation and processing in the town's highway business district. Meetings were held over the past few months to discuss changing the town's zoning ordinance to allow for these businesses, and at the August 2nd meeting, the council voted to officially update the ordinance. Kokoris' Chief of Staff, Nicole Taub, said the ordinance continues to prohibit all non-medical retail sales of marijuana, but would allow for the cultivation and delivery of marijuana. The measure passed by a vote of 6-3. The zoning change was sought by Flower Express of Boston, which plans to build a marijuana cultivation and processing operation in a long vacant warehouse on Ivory Street next to the Braintree MBTA station. After a hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the process of reviewing the town's charter has resumed and will continue with recommendations to be presented to the Town Council next spring. Members of the Charter Review Committee met last week to pick up their review where they left off in early 2020. Peter Morin said some of the ideas that had been discussed include changing the town's appointment process, staggering the terms of offices, and changing the compensation of town officials. Committee members hope to schedule a meeting with the Town Council next month to discuss their plans and hold an open meeting to hear from residents in early December. Thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with some local Halloween events.
Mosquitoes are still hard at work, even after Labor Day. So protect yourself and your family from bites and the illness they can cause. Use an EPA-approved repellent and wear long clothing, especially at dusk and dawn, when mosquitoes are most active. Learn more.
Welcome back to Braintree today. Now let's get right into some Halloween festivities around the area. The Hanover Women's Club Juniors will hold its 40th annual Halloween parade at 11:15 a.m. this Sunday, October 30th at the Hanover High School. Children of all ages are welcome to attend dressed up in their Halloween costumes. Participants will march in the parade around the high school, led by the Hanover High School Band. Children can then enjoy music and dancing led by Hanover High School students inside the school. Attendees are also encouraged to bring a non-perishable canned item for donation to the Hanover Food Pantry. For more information, you can visit hanoverwomen'sclubjuniors.weebly.com or email Jill Kadra at jakadra@verizon.net. Marshfield is holding its Hallowed Harvest on October 30th at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. Hallowed Harvest is a Halloween attraction that features thousands of glowing jack-o'-lanterns, creating stunning landscapes and are arranged in creative displays. Visitors will take a 35 to 40-minute walk past scenes crafted with more than 7,000 carved jack-o'-lanterns, including a pumpkin tunnel and displays that are as large as 2 stories tall. For more information and to register, you can visit hallowedharvest.com/marshfieldma. After 2 years of virtual celebrations, the New England Wildlife Center's annual Halloween fundraiser will be an in-person event this year. While different from the long-running Night of a Thousand Faces, the family-friendly event Carvorama includes pumpkin carving, educational animal demonstrations, food, and more. CEO of the Wildlife Center, Katrina Bergman, said the event is a way to dip their toes back into in-person events and bring the community together in a way that's safe for the staff and the public. For a donation of $5, people will be able to carve pumpkins which were grown and donated by the Plymouth County Sheriff's Department. Then on Sunday, the day before Halloween, pre-carved pumpkins will be on display outside the center and sold for a small donation. All the money raised will support wildlife and education. Carvorama is scheduled for 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, October 27th and 28th, and from noon to 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 29th. If you're looking for something extra scary to do this weekend, visit Barrett's Haunted Mansion in Abington, where gruesome ghouls and dreadful creatures have for 31 years startled even the most dauntless visitors. This year's frightful setting is at a Halloween party where a rogue spirit creates chaos on unsuspecting guests, along with a new attraction, Condemned, which is an outdoor adventure that explores the apocalyptic aftermath of a chemical disaster in a small town. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit bhmansion.com. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Generally speaking, for vaccines, any adverse events or side effects that are going to happen in a very short window of time after the administration of that dose. Side effects maybe in the first couple days, or even adverse events maybe the first couple weeks. And so generally, vaccines as a family don't have adverse events that reverberate for many years after that. So to the extent that COVID vaccines are part of that vaccine family, we have a lot of good reason to believe that the side effect profile that we know now is pretty much the profile that we'll know about this, and that we don't anticipate any, years-long side effect to emerge later on.
Learn more at mass.gov/COVID vaccine kids.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. This week in entertainment, we have some Halloween movies and show recommendations you can watch this Halloween weekend. First in entertainment, from the director of Nightmare Before Christmas and Coraline, Henry Selick and screenplay writer Jordan Peele come together to create Wendell and Wild, based off of Selick and Clay McLeod Chapman's unpublished book of the same name. Kat, voiced by Lyric Ross, is a troubled teen haunted by her past and must confront her personal demons. Wendell and Wild, played by Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele, start a new life in Kat's old hometown. The two devious demon brothers enlist the aid of 13-year-old Kat to summon them to the land of the living in order to face their arch-enemy with the help of the nun sister Helly, who is notorious for expelling demons. However, the brothers are not only plagued by her, but also her altar boys. You can watch Wendell and Wild on Netflix on October 28th. Next up, Disney Plus is carrying on its tradition of Halloween stream for the third year running, bringing sing-along versions of a few fan favorites, including The Nightmare Before Christmas, a classic staple for Halloween fans. The Nightmare Before Christmas tells the tale of Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King of Halloween Town, who discovers Christmas Town and finds himself enchanted by the magic it holds. Jack gains an obsession with Christmas that goes a little too far when he abducts Santa Claus and announces that Halloween Town will be taking over Christmas this year. You can watch the Halloween Christmas classic with the added sing-along subtitles so that you and the family can get in on the action and sing along with your favorite songs on Disney+. And finally, in entertainment, Little Demon is an adult animated sitcom series featuring the voices of Aubrey Plaza, Danny DeVito, and Lucy DeVito. The series follows Laura 13 years after being impregnated by Satan. She and her daughter Chrissy attempt to live in an ordinary life in Delaware, but after Chrissy sheds first blood and rips a hole in the atmosphere, she ends up revealing to her father her location. Chrissy is now forced to face the reality that she is the Antichrist and her father is Satan. You can watch the first season of Little Devil on Hulu. That'll do it for news today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.